Hi, and welcome back. When we were last on this adventure, we decided to patch up the carpet to remove a blood stain from a murder that occurred in here. That's what it looks like.
We haven't picked up since we were last here. I'm currently 21 weeks pregnant, so we are early, but I wanted to get things done on my second trimester so that everything's good to go for my third trimester and we're not scrambling and stressed trying to fix everything last minute.
Long story short, we have ultimately decided that that looks really bad and that babies are a huge mess and they're going to stain this carpet anyway. And carpets carry a lot of dust, so we're gonna tear this carpet up. Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and today we're tearing this carpet up. So we're gonna get rid of this carpet, and we're gonna put down this type of vinyl floorboard. It's called Charleston Oak. You can get it at Lowe's. Comes with this padding underneath it.
Yeah.
So today we're just gonna start by getting all the stuff out of this room.
Yeah, we're gonna make it a woodland fantasy theme, so that's why we bought this cool little bird bath that's actually for outside, but we're either gonna make it into a lamp or put our white noise machine in there.
It's also a little projection lamp or something.
It projects onto the ceiling, which, speaking of, I definitely want to change that. And probably this and this, but one thing at a time. Let's start with the floor.
So we're going to start with the floor, but first, before we start with the floor, we're going to get all the stuff out of here.
Also, do check out the carpet repair failure. I think it's pretty funny because I was trying to do it and I kind of freaked out and didn't do it too well. I'm sure we could have done it better, but it's okay because he's been saying for years actually that he wants to rip out all the carpet from our entire house.
Carpet is dusty and dirty.
And we have two dogs, so it's more hygienic for the baby.
So much faster to clean.
And faster to
not
clean.
Having carpet.
So you also want to keep the carpet in the closet if possible because...
I want to keep the carpet in the closet if possible because I don't want to have to cut a bunch of
Right, because you see how it goes around and that'll be a pain.
It's a pain in the butt. Ow.
Luckily, we've gotten some practice cutting the carpet the other day from our little experiment.
Just making sure I actually cut all the way through here.
You actually have to press down much harder than you would think to get to break through this mesh that all the fibers are attached to. That's what I learned from cutting the carpet the other day.
All right, so the primary incision has been made.
And we're probably gonna cut this carpet up into chunks so we could roll it up and take it down the stairs with ease.
It might not be that bad. This is a pretty small room.
It's a small room. What we measured it the other day, what was it, 12 by 12?
Less.
Okay.
That's some very fresh tack strip right there. They're
Ooh, look, there's stains on the other side that we didn't even notice.
Well, carpet is nasty, like I was saying.
Subfloor looks like it's pretty decent. Oh, there's huge stains in this carpet. Yeah, maybe this is a great idea.
Yeah, of course this is a great idea. Carpet's nasty.
Oh, yeah. Ew, ew, ew. This will probably make me want to feel like doing this all over the house, but obviously it's not the cheapest thing in the world.
Just cutting this so that it's easier to transport.
We spent $419 on the replacement vinyl. Just the vinyl so far, haven't bought the trim. So not the cheapest project in the world, definitely not.
The trim is pretty cheap though.
The trim will be cheap, so, but yeah, you could do, I think it's worth it, especially if grandma's helping.
there's the patch.
Yeah, beautiful. We tried, but you know.
And failed.
Next time, if there is a next time, I'm sure we would do it better. And by better, I mean not have me do it. Yeah.
We don't have tape on us. But you should
Tape
this
up so you could, you know, just throw those little carpet burritos down the stairs.
So I want you to pay extra special attention to how much dirt and dust accumulates in the corners there.
And we've had this carpet deep cleaned a couple of times already, so it shouldn't be that gross. But it is. Look at all that. What?
Delicious.
What the heck are all these stains? Who knows? More mystery stains.
I don't think they're a mystery.
I don't want to think about what they are. The thought of my baby being on the pee-pee covered floor.
Yeah.
Not great. I thought we were just gonna do this part for now.
Might as well do this part too.
Okay. All right, so he's gonna rip that up. We'll be back. And this is the floor all ripped up. We have more ripping up to do. We have to come back and take out all the staples, take out this tack board, and fix any of the little squeaks in between the boards. It's pretty good though.
Okay, so today we are going to pry up all of the staples and the tack strips. I've got a hammer, a flathead screwdriver, one of these trim pullers, we'll see if I can actually make use of it, and a rubber mallet in case I feel like the hammer is just too much. So, here we go. The hammer's way too loud, it's scaring me. Alright, so I had to get some pliers because the staples are getting like halfway stuck on the floor. I need to pry them out. Okay, so I'm gonna screw the subfloor into the beams a little bit tighter. Get rid of all the creaking and stuff.
How long did it take you to take out all the nails and staples today? It was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. They over-stapled the floor, right?
I want to say 2 hours. So I first went around the perimeter of the room, removing all the staples that were on the mat or the foam or whatever that goes into the carpet. And a lot of them were spray painted white, which means that they were on there before they laid the carpet. So whoever laid the carpet...
Yeah, because there's like, they were spray painting stuff in here, you could tell.
So whoever laid the carpet in here last didn't totally remove the stuff from the previous carpet. And then the most recent carpet, it seemed like a lot of it was actually glued on and not stapled. This area. That's a little
Just
better.
like that, it doesn't squeak. What's wrong with squeaking?
in a hole. I tripped and I fall. Now I'm stuck in this hole.
So, she was asking me about the orientation of the vinyl plank that we're going to put in here. And I told her, oops, that we were going to go this way. And she said, why? And I said, so that I could have to make less crazy cuts. So the reason being that if I start over this way, doing like this, I don't have to do any strange cuts until I get to this doorway here. Right? If I were to start going this way, I would have to cut like 2 inches and a weird angle off of the entire wall this way until I get to this door to use a full board where that door starts. And then if I do it going this way and I start over on this end, then I have to worry about getting the closet done like immediately.
So we're just going straight on with the floorboards because the floorboards have the padding attached to the bottom.
There is a padding underneath the vinyl planks.
So we don't have to worry about putting something in between the planks and the subfloor because it comes automatically. So that takes a big step off of the process, saves a lot of time, makes the vinyl a bit more expensive, but it'll be worth it.
I'm just sweeping out the dust here to make sure that there's nothing that's going to be sitting under these planks as much as possible. I did vacuum and sweep in here yesterday, but you know, when pulling up the carpet, you're going to have dirt and dust fly up in the air and stay up there until it lands on the floor. We're totally not going to have to cut anything.
What do you mean? Oh, like on the bottom?
Yeah, like the door jamb.
Yeah. Because that carpet was sitting pretty high before.
Yeah, the carpet was much higher than this laminate is.
Ooh, is that a problem?
No.
Okay.
We're going to cover this gap with the quarter round.
And then it's supposed to be like 1/2 inch from the walls, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 1/2 inch away in every direction so it has room to breathe.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, oh, there's a nail right there that needs to be pulled out. So what I guess I'm going to do is build this first row and then I'm going to push it in. This is the least damaged planks that I've ever found.
I really think it depends like which hardware store you go to because sometimes they have really good employees in certain stores and they really take care of their stuff, and then other times the store is mismanaged and things are just kind of thrown around.
Alright, let's see. It'd be crazy if it just fit all the complete planks, right?
I wish. There'll still be some cutting though, because you have to overlap the joints. Like, the joints can't be right next to each other.
Oops, okay.
That's gonna need a cut.
So, this is gonna need a cut.
But it also needs to be 1/2 inch that way, right?
Yeah, but there is a 1/2 inch.
Okay. Writing it on the groove so you won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Make sure nothing's moving around before I make my cut.
That works.
Very fast and clean.
Yeah. Look, no dust.
Look,
Mom, no dust.
Very little, if any.
Yeah.
Alright, so
That's awesome.
I'm gonna another nail. And then I'm just gonna use this one as like a
To hammer stuff in?
yeah, as a pre-fitted piece to just kind of like. I'm gonna cut this one like halfway through because these have to be staggered. You can't just kind of like, you know, have all the lines be right next to each other. So.
Just randomly gonna cut it halfway.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it about halfway. Alright. Now we're gonna take this one. Okay, so it wants you to hit the T-joint, this one, with a rubber mallet.
It is much later in the day now.
You know what? Maybe I shouldn't put these two together. I know you have a problem with.
Oh yeah, I don't like it if it looks like almost the same pattern but like messed up. Yeah. So it's much later in the day now. He got back from work pretty late and he insists on finishing this up tonight. Which,
I don't want to have to do this later.
yep, I got like way too much other stuff going on now. So yeah, if we can get this done now, that would be pretty awesome. I don't know, but I kind of think that you're nesting as well, I have to say. The fact that you're like working at all odd hours to get this stuff done.
Well, that's what the prolactin is for, right?
Yeah.
You're the one that told me.
Yeah, well, that's what they said on the pregnancy apps that I have. Like, the men are supposed to gain weight, and he has gained weight. How much weight do you think you've gained since?
Me?
Yeah.
Like 25 pounds.
No way.
Yeah.
I've only gained 15, and you've gained 25?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And we've been eating good, so I don't know what's up with that. And you've been, you know, doing a lot of physical activity. So I don't understand how that could be possible.
Because I know that I'm gonna have to work really hard.
The robot's called for you. The robot's called again. There's nothing I can do. There's gotta be something I can do. About these robot calls. Gotta be something I can do. About these robot calls. Is there nothing I can do? About these robot calls. Is there nothing I can do? About these robot calls.
So you're gonna pull that out. Evie. Alright. And then you see that there's a lip that sticks out, that goes outward.
Like, oh, this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're gonna bring it all the way here.
Okay.
Line it up. Did this just slide?
No.
Okay. You're gonna line it up against the end here. And then you're gonna push it so that these two corners meet. And then you're gonna pull it in.
Okay. I believe it's tight.
Push
this
down.
out.
And then hit it with the mallet.
Okay.
Alright.
Good.
You may have been
What?
too gentle on the mallet.
Too gentle?
And I think, here, hold this. It looks like there's a little gap over here. Yeah, there's too much of a gap. And then the mallet, you gotta really smooth.
Okay.
You wanna try another one?
Yeah.
So you're gonna bring it over to here. You're gonna stand it up.
Oh, don't go under. You're like going underneath over there. Pull it forward.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna line up the edge right on there. On top. Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure it's all the way through. Tilt it up just a little bit and then pull it in.
It clicked.
And then what about on that side? Did it click?
Yeah.
See any gaps?
No.
Push down. Is that flat? Your technique could use a little work here. You gotta really beat the crap out of it.
So I'm just gonna let you do that since you've come this far. And if I start now, I'm just gonna slow down the whole project.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to cut the thing. Oh, it's so easy.
Right?
Yay, this part I could do with ease. So somebody got ahead of me on this project before I could start shooting that he's putting in the quarter rounds. He already cut one piece using the new thingamaflatchum. You put it at an angle, right?
It is extremely difficult to figure out how to get it to cut at an angle. So you're about to get plenty of footage of me trying to figure out how to get this at the appropriate angle. This piece is supposed to go along this wall right here, which I'll be cutting right there. And you're supposed to cut these at like a 30-degree angle so it's like really smooth coming out, like that way. Let's see. This is a lot of guessing. Is this the direction I want to cut it in? No. Because then that angle is going to be really sharp. So I guess let me turn it around. And that's even worse. That's like an outward angle, which is not what we're going for. So I think I actually have to
Cut the other side.
spin this around.
Oh.
That's also an outward angle. For some reason that doesn't feel like a wide enough angle. I'm gonna cut it with,
I think that's gonna stick out.
I'm gonna cut it with some slack so I could see what the angle ends up being.
Okay.
I don't think this is made for cutting these. I'm just,
But you could just, I mean, it's obvious you could use it.
yeah,
so.
and I have some stuff trying to dry in the garage, so I didn't want to cut it with the miter saw. Excuse me. So yeah, I guess that's about the right angle.
Let me see. Oh, because you want it to be up against that little...
Yeah. I was hoping for like a wider angle. I feel like that's, I don't know, it seems weird because if you look like anywhere else in the house, no, you know what? I guess they are about that angle.
If you look elsewhere in the house, they're almost like kind of flat.
Look in front of the stairs.
They're almost flat if you look at it.
Look in front of the stairs. In front of, like, where they end.
You mean here? Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah, that's the angle I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
I guess that would be like a 60-degree angle, but I'm not 100% sure how to get that angle off of this piece. Yeah, this thing doesn't really go a full 90 degrees either. It only goes from 0 to 45, which makes it a little bit tricky. I think if I put it in from this direction, then it will
No, it's just gonna give me exactly what I already have. I mean, I guess that's fine, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fine. Isn't that what it was on the stairs that you're trying to recreate, Cooper?
No,
Excuse me.
it's like, there's a little bit more, what's the word? Acute of an angle, right? That's what you use when it's like more like that.
Yeah.
I was going for more obtuse of an angle. I think I'm using the right words, I'm not sure. Alright, so, I mean, that'll
looks fine.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So we're just gonna put as much trim as possible before having to tackle this tiny sliver, which we're gonna have to rip out this last whole section so we could maneuver putting in the little strip in there easier.
Yeah.
But also we have to wait for the paint to dry in the garage before we could do that because that has to be cut in the garage.
You want it like, I guess, near the top and straight in. Alright, that's not gonna move, right? Near the top. And, oops. So that's one wall. The rest of this should be easier because it'll be mostly 45-degree angles, which is what that thing is meant to cut. Welcome back to Sloppy's Recappy Q&A. Some of y'all might be wondering what we did here with this here floor.
It's a month later, by the way.
Yeah, it was a month later. That's why
In case you can't
why I look like a completely different person. I'm still sloppy, by the way. So, what we did, we measured this room, we bought all the vinyl plank for it, and we purchased this vinyl floor
Guillotine type
plank cutting guillotine type of deal. So I wouldn't have to go down to the garage every time I needed to cut a piece, right? We layered all these pieces. I got 3 layers in, and then they were popping up off the floor. And let me tell you why. Because the instructions waited until they were done telling you how to layer the floor to tell you, oh, by the way, you have to hammer in all the joints with a rubber mallet. So the instructions were very poorly written. Next time that I do this floor, I'm going to probably hammer those in within the first or second row to not waste 10 hours just laying down 2 rows. So we got all the way over this way, and this section right here,
You can barely even see
you
it.
can't even really see it.
You did such a good job that you can barely see it.
You did such a good job you can barely see it. Excuse me.
But yeah, this, excuse me, Cooper. This is a plank right here, like
This is where it ends.
Fingers.
This literally it ends right here. I had to cut basically 1.5 inches, maybe 2-inch wide plank for this entire wall. When it comes to cutting the quarter round for this room, you're supposed to do 45 degrees out for each corner, and then they meet and make a 90-degree angle. And I originally was planning to do that with the guillotine that I used to cut the vinyl plank for the floor in this room. I, for whatever reason, could not figure out the angle. I did one of them here, and I got it perfect, and then I just was completely unable to replicate that angle. I don't know what happened. So I had to take all these things down to the garage, and I had a miter saw that you can 45 this way, 45 that way, and it was just really easy to swap it and switch.
Then there it is.
And there it is.
Good to go.
I still need to put some caulking on the holes and the gaps between that and the border to make it look nice and pretty, but it's basically, that's all done. And that's pretty much how we laid down the floor in this room.
It's Ta-da!
And in our next video, we'll talk about how we got this little sliver of like 1 inch gap from the wall covered as well, because that was a whole job on its own.